Hello and welcome to a new episode of Comeback Format. And today we're going to take a look at this new photography film from a company called ADOX. And this one's called Color Mission 200 from the German company ADOX. Interesting story. Apparently they were working to produce a new type of color film, but the partner that they were working with ended up going bankrupt. So they decided to start a brand new project from scratch and independently. And in order to fund that new project, they were going to sell some of the original batches that they created for that initial project. And this is one of those, the Color Mission 200. But anyways, I really look forward to trying this one out. Apparently it has some really interesting colors, especially the greens and the blues. And this is a brand new type of color film, so I don't know much about it except what I've seen online from the sample photos. Alright, so let's take a closer look at the film itself. And the Color Mission didn't come in a box, and the label doesn't have any specs either. But it did come in with a QR code that if you open it with your phone, it will take you to the Color Mission website, which has the whole story about the original project, and some technical specs, as well as some sample photos too. And as you can see, some really interesting colors in this one, in the Q&A. But besides that, you don't get that much in the label of the container, except that to load it in the subdued light. So I'll be turning some of these lights off when loading the film into my handy Canon EOS Rebel G, which is my go-to film camera. I know it's not the best or finest film camera out there, but I like it. I'm used to it. I know it works really well, and I just put some fresh batteries on this one too. So I'll be using my Rebel G with the new Color Mission 200. All right, so I just turned off some of the lights here in my room so I can load the Color Mission 200. And it's ready to go. And apparently it has 36 exposures on this and this type of film. Alright, so for the first couple of test shots, I took Hunter out to the yard. I was hoping to get some of that green from the grass, and I know it's not fully green yet, but I still wanted to see how the pictures would turn out. And here are the results when I got them back from the lab, and I love the colors in these first two pictures that I'll show you. I love the high saturation on the greens, I like the high contrast, and I like it how it almost made it look like it was a little bit sunnier than it was in reality. The next day I went to Morgan Falls Park for some more test shots. Unfortunately, the day was really overcast and cloudy and gray, and since it was still March, we didn't have that many leaves on the trees either. But here are a couple of test shots. I thought that they were okay. They weren't that great. I think this kind of film does better with more light. But I still wanted to show you this last picture with the duck. Even though it's not a great photo, I like it how you can still see a little bit of the vignette around the frame of the picture. The next day was actually a lot better as far as the weather. We got a sunny day, blue sky. So I took the camera down to the Chattahoochee River near the Jones Bridge Road Park. And here are a couple of the results that I got back from the lab. I like this one. I love the colors. I like the high contrast again. And I like the high level of detail with the film where you can see almost all the branches in the trees. And in this one, I also like the high contrast and also the very small details from the thorns. Here are a couple more shots from the same location. I wanted to see how the green from the leaves would look like when in the film when the sun was coming down on them. And here are a couple of the results. I like in this one how you can see the different shades of green through the leaves. The high detail again, and I love the film grain that you can only get on film photography. And lastly, of course, I had to take a few more shots of my buddy Hunter, who, by the way, is still recovering from his knee surgery, but he's doing really well. And I love this last few shots because it almost looks like it's a very summertime kind of shot, even though it was sunny, but it wasn't as sunny as these pictures make it look. And in this next one, I like how you can see a little bit of the detail on the shade in the right side of Hunter's face. And in this last one, again, high contrast, great colors, and great detail. Alright, so those were my first few shots at using the ADOX Color Mission 200 for the first time. And I gotta say, I am a fan. I had a lot of fun shooting this film. Love the color saturation, the high saturation of the color. Love the high contrast, the high detail, and the film grain that you get from the Color Mission 200. And I also have to say that this would be the perfect kind of film to use during a summertime trip. Let's say if you're going to the beach or to the pool, or going on a hike outdoors, or somewhere where you know you're going to get a lot of sunlight. Especially with the ISO 200, you're definitely going to need that kind of light. And also your pictures are going to end up with that kind of summertime feel or vibe with the high saturation, high contrast. They're definitely going to look like they were taken during the summer, or at least during a sunny springtime kind of a shoot. Anyways, again, I had a lot of fun shooting this film. I became a fan of ADOX. I'm probably going to try some of their other types of films, especially because I think this one sold out. But if you were able to get a hold of the Color Mission 200, let me know in the comments what your results were. I would love to hear if they ended up similar to mine. Anyways, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.